Um, so I hope this is okay. The camera program has crashed a few times, but this is video 3, and again, I'm not overly sure what's going to come out today, but one of the things I do want to say is that I feel that some people are a little bit worried about me, and there's no need to be. I promise you that. The process that I'm going through at the moment in doing these videos and sharing them may seem a little bit strange. It may seem that I'm struggling with things, and I'm not. I am basically going internally in a way that I can release old emotions and old conditioned habits so that I can create and leave space for new ways of living to be created. I am not sure if that makes sense to you, and I am aware that I want to become more coherent in how I'm explaining things in here, but at the moment I am derubbling. A beautiful term from Sabrina Lynn, another teacher of mine. I am basically picking the stones out of my internal field, for want of a better way. I am picking and going to the roots of the weeds that are in the way of me growing, if that makes sense, in a better way. And that's why it might probably seem a little bit incoherent when I'm speaking, and why my emotions may fluctuate when I am speaking. It's not because I'm sad. It's not because I'm feeling like I don't know where to turn. It is because I am literally letting the emotions just come up and out whatever way they want to, because they need to be released. The roots of them are deep, and I guess a part of me is willing to show the process of change and what it can look like. Everyone's process is probably different, but I think most of us hold the same fears, the same doubts, the same guilt, the same shame. The origins of them are different, but most of us hold them if we haven't already managed to figure out how to free them from ourselves. So I hope that makes sense to those of you who might be worried about me. I've had a couple of text messages, and please don't be worried. I am going through this process of change because I want to be of service to people. I want to be able to be in a state of openness so that those who come to work with me, or those who are friends or family that need space to process, that I am in a position to allow that to happen for them, and for me to be in that kind of space, I have to go through the process myself. And yeah, I think a lot of us believe that others aren't going through difficulty trying to change, aren't going through internal storms, for want of a better term. And I think that is why I'm doing these videos. Even if it only helps one person figure out or understand that how they are feeling is okay, and that they are not going crazy, then that'll be worth it. It'll be worth the uncomfortableness. I was speaking to a friend this morning, and I was just saying to her that over the last couple of days I've felt very awkward and kind of somewhat embarrassed, I guess, in all honesty, of doing these videos. And the best way I can come up with explaining that kind of embarrassment is if you have ever been very drunk and you have done something that would only happen in a drunken state, and you wake up the next morning and remember that you've done that. It's that kind of feeling of embarrassment and dread and wanting to hide away. It's that kind of feeling that I have had the last couple of days. And it can feel very physical, as well as it just being an emotional thing. But I know it's sitting with it and allowing it to be, instead of pushing it away, or instead of finding something external like food or smoking or whatever to try and cloud it over, that I'm getting to its roots so that I can remove it from my internal field, I guess, and, as I said earlier, create space for a more productive part of myself to shine through. Okay, I don't think I have anything else to say in this video. I am going to spend one of the videos in a way trying to explain the whole process in a more logical way, so that maybe it can be understood more on kind of the mental level. But for now, I need to just let this verbal talk come out, so that as I said, so that I can clear out the rocks, I can clear out the blockages, I can create a space for more clarity. And honestly also allow for the confidence to actually speak in that way. As I shared yesterday in the written part of the video, I'm releasing my 13-year-old self from that. So I need to let it come through in the right time. I need to let the the stuckness that's still inside to unravel. And I need to be okay with myself with that and allow myself that time and just talk, just express myself. And most importantly, during the day, when you are trying to create a change in yourself for your life, it's about looking internally and seeing what's going on internally and being observant of that, but not getting lost in the story of why that is there. So often when we're trying to change, we are looking outside of ourselves to see if something is changing, or we create the change. We might move country, or we might move house, or we do something to create an external change, but it's the internal world, our internal world, that really needs our attention if we are to create lasting change, and so that we can create the life and the person that we so much desire to be. And in order to do that, it is sitting with the parts of ourselves that are uncomfortable, the parts of ourselves that are shameful, the parts of ourselves that are not nice to sit with, because we have been conditioned to look outside of ourselves to make ourselves feel better, but for us to feel better, we need to make ourselves feel better. And that is about unknotting the deep knots in ourselves. It's about lifting out those heavy rocks within ourselves and be willing to observe what's underneath them, and loving ourselves through the process no matter what. And sitting with somebody, if you need this physical support of somebody being with you, ask them, sit beside who you need to sit beside, get a hug from who you need to get a hug from, but be willing to face yourself. And that is what I'm doing for these videos. And for some reason I decided to make it public. For whatever reason, I do not know, but I'm trusting that process. Well, no, I do know the reason. It's to show people, for anyone, whoever watches it, that change is uncomfortable. It's not necessarily pretty, and it's not always fun, and that is the reason. I'm okay, I'm gonna go because I'm about to ramble. So I will be back tomorrow to do another video, and who knows what's going to come up in that video. So thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.